Hello everyone, hello teacher. Welcome you to our presentation. Today we will talk about stereotypes. First of all, I want to talk about member of our group. Our group have 5 members. The first member is me, Nông Thị Huệ, Ninh Thị Hằng, Dương Thị Bình, Trần, Phương, Thảo, and Thị Bích. And our presentation is divided into 5 parts. As you can see on the screen, the first one is stereotype definition. The second one is stereotype 1. And the third one is stereotype 2. The next is stereotype 3. And the last one is conclusion. And now we will move to the part 1, stereotype definition. According to Oxford Learners Dictionary and Wikipedia, stereotypes are fixed idea or image that many people have of a particular type of person or thing, but which is often not true in reality and may cause hurt and offense. Is an expectation that people might have about every person of a particular group. The type of expectation can vary. It can be, for example, an expectation about the group's personality, preferences, or ability. Stereotypes are often overgeneralized, inaccurate, and resistant to new information. And a stereotype does not necessarily need to be a negative assumption. They may be positive, neutral, and negative. And according to Intercultural Communication Course-book, stereotype can be based on historical factors, simplification, exaggeration, presentation of cultural attributes as being natural, racism, sexism, homophobia, and other forms of discrimination, and association of persons with other groups. And before that, let's watch the video Nail Salon animated cartoon and answer the question. What do the American people think about occupation of Vietnamese people? Okay, let's see.
Any ladies in here get your nails done? Nice. Me and my sister, we go over, it's a place called Beautiful Nail. Kind of confused when I first read the sign though. Just one nail. Now with these ladies, they're so nice. You know, they make you feel like it's all about you and really nice. As soon as I walk in, they greet me right away. Hi, honey, what you need today? Oh, can I get my nails done? Okay, honey, do you like pedicure too? No, just my nails. Honey, why you don't like? Pedicure, it may look nice. It's so sexy. It's better for you. Oh, all right, sure. Then I'll get a pedicure too. Thanks. Okay, honey, sit down. I'm gonna stick my doing my nails right away. You have boyfriend? No, boyfriend. Honey, why you don't have? You look so pretty, like model, cheerleader, something pretty. You like long or short nail? Short nails, please. Thanks. Oh, honey, that's why you don't have boyfriend. I do for you. Long better. All right, fine. I'll have long nails. Thanks. That's okay, honey. Only $4 more. That's okay. Do you like crystal gel? What? Do you like crystal gel? I'm sorry. What? Honey, do you like crystal gel for your nail? Sky, do you like crystal gel? Oh, no, I don't want crystal that. Thanks.
Okay, after watching the video, the answer for my question is a large number of the American people think that Vietnamese people own work in or own a nail salon. And first, I want to talk about the definition of this stereotype. According to what percent of nail salons are Vietnamese article, nearly 50% of nail salons across the United States are owned by Vietnamese individuals. That's why a large number of the American people think that all Vietnamese people own work in or own nail salons is a broad and simplistic generalization about the Vietnamese community in the United States, and it suggests that Vietnamese people, particularly women, are mostly employed in our own nail salons, often viewed as low-skill and low-wage occupation. And it implies that Vietnamese people are primarily associated with this profession, ignoring the wide range of careers they hold in the United States. And for example, according to Women's History Month article, Dr. Jane Lewis is a Vietnamese American. She is an astronomer and engineer at the MIT Lincoln Lab, and there are many other Vietnamese American professionals in healthcare, and particularly as doctor and specialist.
Hello everyone, my name is Ninh Thị Hằng. I will talk about the stereotype origins of American people believe that Vietnamese people who work in a nail salon. The nail profession is now widely known around the world and is very popular, not only in the field of making hands and feet neater and more beautiful, but also enhancing the elegance and charm of ladies. Although known and used by many people, few people can understand the origins and history of the nail industries.
My name is Adele Free Pham. I'm a mixed-race Vietnamese documentary filmmaker. When I was in high school, my dad really wanted me to go do nails with my cousins in Tacoma, Washington. But I had other plans. Little did I know that documentary would not always pay the bills. At the end of the day, my Viet dad was right. So I picked up my camera and started meeting folks.
The nail industry is a $7.5 billion industry that focuses just on nails. Roughly half of them are Vietnamese owned.
I had always wondered why there were so many Vietnamese nail salons. I just assumed it was about the money. Nor did I know the story would begin with Tippi Hedren, the actress from my favorite Hitchcock film, The Birds.
I was a volunteer for Food for the Hungry as their relief coordinator. We were able to, I think we took in something like 15 to 2,000 Vietnamese refugees. What we tried to do was help them assimilate into the United States.
A group of women doesn't know what to do with themselves like me. So she said, I have another job for you. It's a management class. In Vietnam, we never think about that. But when we come here, Tippi make it look so glamorous. Tippi tell us that the story is so glamorous, and so we're willing to take it.
And I know that the Vietnamese women were very good business women.
When the Vietnamese people come in, they work like family work, so they open their own shop. And family work together. And then the price go down.
First of all, we have a small shop. And then here come long line of customers stand outside.
When people work with the nail shop, they get better, they have some money, they spring out to open another nail shop.
I don't care where we went, another one came right behind us.
Yes.
And they keep multiplying. And the more nail shop, the more manicurists they need.
And I didn't know I would meet Mantrap partners Olivet Robinson and Charlie Bow, who wrote their own chapter in nails history.
We just worked. We worked from sun up to sundown so that we could survive.
What Mantrap had was very unique. We'll never see an African-American and a Vietnamese owner work together.
We were in the garage when we first started bottling the polish.
And not just work together, but become sisters again, like you were. I grew up with you. You weren't just my mom's partner.
That's my baby.
You were the other mom.
We love each other.
If you can feel one person's pain or joy, then you're really forever united with that person.
This documentary is the story of the Vietnamese American community's impact on a multi-billion-dollar global industry and the culture of nails itself. My name is Adele Free Pham. I'm a mixed-race Vietnamese documentary filmmaker. When I was in high school, my dad really...
Why the stereotype exists? Origins of the stereotype. Historical origins. After the Vietnamese War, many Vietnamese immigrants arrived in the U.S. with limited resources and tended to low barriers. Industries like nail salon. Economic and cultural factors. Nail salons require minimal investment and training, making them accessible. The focus on family business and hard work in Vietnamese culture further supported the trends. Media and visibility. The success of Vietnamese owner nail salons, especially in states like California and Texas, gained visibility, reinforcing the stereotype. Oversimplification. They feel overlooked the diverse career and contribution of Vietnamese people in fields like education, technology, and health. Such as illustrates the occupational distribution of the Vietnamese immigrant community in the U.S., highlighting the diversity in career choice. The nail industry account for 30%, surpassing diplomats, particularly among the first generation. However, other fields such as technology 20%, healthcare 15%, education 10%, and various other professions 25% demonstrates the community success in a wide range of industries. This indicates that the stereotype Vietnamese people are well-owned salon. It inaugurates that the Vietnamese community is diverse and adaptable in their economic integration. In summary, the stereotype exists due to the historical migration patterns, cultural values, economic opportunity, and the prominence of Vietnamese immigrants in the nail salon business, but it is a narrow that does not represent the full diversity of the Vietnamese community. Why is it not always true? Diverse occupation. Vietnamese people engage in a wide variety of careers, while the nail salon industry is prominent among the Vietnamese diaspora, especially in the U.S. It is not representative of the entire community. Evidence. According to a Pew Research Center study, Vietnamese Americans work in various fields such as healthcare, education, and technology. For instance, many Vietnamese immigrants in California are small business owners in industries like food service and retail. Economic factor. Owning a nail salon requires a significant financial investment including startup capital, business knowledge, and experience in the beauty industry. Not all Vietnamese individuals or families have the resources or desire to open such a business. May Many may work in various other fields or in salaried positions. Evidence reports by the U.S. Small Business Administration highlight that only a portion of immigrants own a business are in the beauty industry, with other direct flying into this startup and real estate. Are stereotyping the idea that all Vietnamese people own a salon can be seen stereotype the oversimplified and generalizes a race group of people uh, um, based on a visible but narrow part of the Vietnamese diaspora. Stereotype often overlooks individual differences and life choice. Evidence the film The Choice Lock Club depicts some Vietnamese characters as nail salon owners, which have reinforced this stereotype. However, not all Vietnamese people are involved in the nail salon business, suggesting how stereotype can oversimplify and overlook the diversity within the community. Changing trends, wide areas, generation of Vietnamese immigrants often prefer nail salon work due to its low entry barriers. Younger generations are increasingly seeking higher education and diverse career opportunities. Evidence a study by the Migration Policies Institute found that second-generation Vietnamese Americans have a higher college graduation rate compared to the general U.S. population, leading them to professions like engineering, law, and medicine. Conclusion: while the nail salon industry yields significant parts of the Vietnamese immigrant stories, it is not representative of the entire community, which been a wide range of profession and aspiration.
Hello everyone, my name is Dương Thị Bình and welcome to my presentation. We just watched a short video about Vietnam, our beautiful and diverse country. Before diving into the main content of the presentation, let me briefly introduce some key information that many of us as Vietnamese citizens are likely familiar with. Vietnam is a multi-ethnic country with 54 ethnic groups living together. The King people account for 85.3% of Vietnam's population, with 82.08 million people. The remaining 53 ethnic minorities account for only 14.7% of the country's population. In this presentation, I aim to critically analyze a rooted societal stereotype, the belief that King people are more intelligent than ethnic minorities. At first, this may appear to be a simple generalization, but it significantly influences societal perception and interactions. This presentation does not promote or endorse this stereotype. Instead, it seeks to critically analyze its existence and impact. First, let's find out together why this stereotype means. One definition. One of the common prejudices in Vietnam is that King people are more intelligent than ethnic minorities, reflecting the societal discrimination between ethnic groups. This belief frequently links intelligence with measurable achievements such as academic success, professional accomplishments, and contribution to societal development. According to an article published in Thiên magazine, such stereotypes often lead to policies that marginalize ethnic minorities and dismiss their local knowledge. As a result, these communities face challenges in achieving sustainable development. Many King people tend to label ethnic minorities as backward, underdeveloped, or even less intelligent. Secondly, after understanding the definition of this stereotype, let's explore together why this stereotype exists or where it originated from. There are 4 reasons I want to mention why this stereotype exists. Firstly, historical context. Secondly, economic disparities. Thirdly, cultural perceptions. And last one, language barriers. Firstly, historical context, colonial influence. During the French colonial era, the king were often favored and provided better access to education and administrative roles, while ethnic minorities were frequently marginalized and excluded from these opportunities. Secondly, economic disparities. The king dominated lowland areas with more fertile land and better access to resources, leading to greater economic development. Ethnic minorities, on the other hand, often live in remote mountainous regions with limited infrastructure and fewer resources, which contribute to significant social economic gaps. Thirdly, cultural perceptions. Education as a measure of intelligence. The king's historical access to formal education created a perception that they are more intelligent because of their academic achievements. In contrast, it was not until much later that the education of ethnic minorities received proper attention from the government. According to an article by the Communist Press, which highlights the mechanical application of preferential policies for ethnic areas, like extra points in university exams, which unfairly benefits urban minorities students over rural King students. This strengthens perceived intellectual disparities and fosters discrimination, dissatisfaction, and division between King and minority students. And last one, language barriers. Vietnam is the national language, predominantly used in education and administration. Ethnic minorities who struggle with their language are often perceived as less intelligent, although this is reflection of systemic barriers rather than individual capacity. According to the World Bank Group research report I mentioned here, reality is recorded that some King teachers lack cultural sensitivity, which leads them to misunderstand and poorly communicate with students from ethnic minorities, such as Khmer Mú, Sedang, Kadong, and Hmong, due to societal prejudice, the language barrier, and the low literacy rate among ethnic minorities women, especially in the Hmong and Khmer Mú groups, further exacerbate the biases regarding their religious belief and practice. In conclusion, the stereotype that King people are more intelligent than ethnic minorities stem from historical, economic, and cultural factors rather than inherent difference. This belief has shaped societal perceptions, contributing to inequality and discrimination. By understanding its origin and impacts, we can work toward fostering equality and breaking down harmful biases. Next, let's find out together why this stereotype is not always true by the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Trần Thảo, and now I will present to you why it is not always true with evidence about the stereotype. King people are more intelligent than ethnic minority. In this section, I divided into 5 main parts. Firstly, intelligence is not ethnic centric. Secondly, access to education and resources. Thirdly, cultural diversity and problem solving skill. Fourthly, is diversity perspective on intelligence. And lastly, a relevant example. Let's get started with the intelligence is not ethnic centric. Intelligence include the ability to learn from experience and the ability to adapt to changing living environment. And it is assessed based on factors including the ability to reason, plan, solve problems, and think abstractly and understand complex ideas. So, there is no evidence that any one ethnic group is universally more intelligent than another. For instance, a study by Sternberg 2004 on intelligence across culture highlighted that what is considered intelligent can be vary significantly across society. What is considered intelligent behavior in one culture may not be valued or even understood in another. Let's move on to the access to education and resources. The perceived gap in intelligence between King people and ethnic minorities is often a result of unequal access to education and opportunity. Many ethnic minorities live in remote regions with limited access to quality education, which can impact their academic performance and opportunity for cognitive development. And here's the picture of Thai, Hmong, or Thao ethnic group who live in mountainous or rural areas, often face changing in accessing mainstream school due to language barrier, geographic isolation, and socio-economic disadvantage. According to UNESCO, some ethnic minorities in Vietnam have literacy rate significantly lower than the nation average due to the access issue, not because of inherent intelligence. And look at the chart. The charts illustrate the disparity in the percentage of children aged 6 to 17 who do not attend school across different ethnic groups in Vietnam. It highlights a significant gap between the majority group, Kinh and Hoa, and ethnic minority groups such as Hmong, Khmer, and others. And as you can see in the charts, among the Kinh and Hoa group, the proportion of children not attending school is the lowest. 4% at the primary level, 5% at the lower secondary level, and 1% at the upper secondary level. In contrast, the Hmong group had alarming high rate with 93% of children aged 6 to 17 not attending school, 34% at the lower secondary level, and 28% at the upper secondary level. Other ethnic groups such as Tày, Thái, Mường, Nùng, and Khmer also show notable disparity, with rate significantly higher than Kinh and Hoa majority delivery. And in conclusion, these charts underscore that intelligence are significantly influenced by access to education, bridging the gap in educational opportunity is crucial to ensuring equity and nurturing the potential of all children, regardless of their background. And next is the cultural diversity and problem-solving skill. Different ethnic groups may excel in various types of intelligence, with specialized knowledge and in areas like agriculture, traditional medicines, and sustainable living, adapted to their environment. And here the pictures of Hmong people in Vietnam have developed expert knowledge in mountain farming technique that allow them to thrive in steep and challenging landscape. And lastly is diversity perspective on intelligence. What is considered intelligent or smart varies across different cultural contexts. In many indigenous culture, including Vietnam's ethnic minority, there are greater emphasis on wisdom, social harmony, and ecological knowledge, all of which contribute to different but equally valuable forms of intelligence. For example, the Cham people, an ethnic group in Vietnam, have strong tradition in art, craft, and architecture, and their rich cultural heritage reflect a different kind of intellectual achievement that is not always recognized by mainstream education standards.
Thưa quý vị và các bạn, thời gian qua, từ phong trào thanh niên sáng tạo khởi nghiệp Nhiều bạn trẻ là người dân tộc thiểu số trên địa bàn huyện Bát Sát đã tự tin vượt qua thử thách để thành công và trở thành những tấm gương điển hình trong phát triển kinh tế. Qua đó, lan tỏa khát vọng vươn lên của cả cộng đồng.
Đây là mô hình trồng cây sa nhân tím của anh Trảo Láo Khờ ở thôn Văn Hồ, xã Vìn Ngan, huyện Bát Sát. Từ mô hình kinh tế này, trung bình mỗi năm anh có nguồn thu gần 200 triệu đồng. Để có được thành công ở mô hình kinh tế không phải là mới này. Anh Trảo Láo Khờ đã có nhiều sáng tạo trong việc giải quyết đầu ra cho sản phẩm.
Ở phố núi, từ nhiều năm nay, hình ảnh những sơn nữ người Mông hay người Dao Đỏ nói tiếng Anh thành thạo đối với du khách đã không còn là chuyện lạ ở phố núi Sapa. Sở dĩ có điều này bởi vì ngoài những công việc đang làm trên nương rẫy, rất nhiều phụ nữ và trẻ em bản xứ còn đi bán đồ lưu niệm và làm nghề hướng dẫn viên du lịch để kiếm thêm thu nhập nuôi sống gia đình. Và trong chương trình Cuộc sống 24 giờ ngày hôm nay, mời quý vị và các bạn hãy cùng theo chân nhóm phóng viên của chúng tôi đến với Sapa để nghe các sơn nữ ở đây nói tiếng Anh.
Yeah, wedding bag. Now people no have that one. The very long time.
Vốn từ chưa được phong phú, ngữ pháp chưa thật chuẩn. Nhưng với những ai lần đầu tiên đến với Sapa, thì việc những sơn nữ có thể nói chuyện với du khách hoàn toàn bằng tiếng Anh như thế này, quả là một điều ngạc nhiên, lý thú.
In conclusion, the stereotype that King people are more intelligent than ethnic minority is an oversimplification that fails to account for the complexity of intelligence and the various factors that contribute to it. Education, access to resources, cultural context, and personal experience all play a significant role in shaping one's cognitive ability. By recognizing the inherent value and intelligence of all ethnic groups, regardless of their background, we can promote a more inclusive and fair understanding of human capability. Now we move on to the stereotype 3 about Indian people living in poverty and filth. Before finding out what stereotype mean, let's review our knowledge about stereotype. A stereotype are fixed idea or image that many people have of a particular type of person or thing, but which is often not true in reality, may cause hurt and offense. First, let's learn about India. India, country that occupies the greater part of South Asia. It is made up of 28 states and 8 union territory, and its national capital is New Delhi, built in the 20th century just south of the historic hub of Old Delhi, to serve as India's administrative center. Its government is a constitutional republic that represents a highly diverse population consisting of thousands of ethnic groups and hundreds of languages. India become the world's most populous country in 2023, according to estimate by United Nations. So the stereotype of Indian people living in poverty and filth refer to the belief that people in India, especially those from low-income background, live in unhygienic conditions, surrounded by garbage, and struggling to meet basic needs. This stereotype paint a one-dimensional picture of India, focusing only on the changing faced by some community, without acknowledging the diversity, progress, and achievement in the countries. And now is the big presentation. Hello, teacher. Now we will look at why this stereotype exists and, more importantly, why it doesn't accurately reflect the entire country. Now we look at the picture. This except a direct stereotype about India, highlighting how perception often focuses solely on poverty and hardship. The speaker, Leonard, points out that India has a rich story, thriving industry, and extreme wealth, such as the world's most expensive condo. She emphasized that her experiences in India defy these stereotypes, as her friend led lives comparable to the richest of Beverly Hills. Now I have divided into four parts. The first, colonial legacies. The second, media representation. The third, poverty and inequality. And lastly, cultural differences. During British rule, India was portrayed in Western literature and media as a display of poverty, disease, and filth. The depiction created lasting stereotypes that continue to influence perception today. The second, media representation. Films like Slumdog Millionaire and news coverage often highlight poverty and slum, reinforcing the image of a struggling nation. This forecast doesn't show India's broader, more diverse reality. The third, poverty and inequality. It's true that India has a significant number of impoverished people, especially in rural areas and urban slums. These living conditions contribute to the stereotype. Lastly, cultural difference. In rural areas, sanitation standards may differ from those in wealthier countries, which further perpetuates the stereotype. Now we go to next question. Why the stereotype is not always true? India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Cities like Bengaluru, Delhi, and Mumbai feature modern infrastructure and grow middle class. You can see the picture have three cities: Delhi, Mumbai, and Hyderabad. The second, improve infrastructure. Government programs like the Swat Bharat Abhiyan have significantly improved sanitation and led to the construction of millions of toilets across the country. Initiatives like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana have provided modern housing in rural regions, raising living standards and reducing poverty. In conclusion, while poverty and sanitation challenges exist in part of India, the stereotype that the entire country is poor and filthy is inaccurate. India is a diverse nation with regions experiencing rapid development, innovation, and progress. Understanding this complexity helps us avoid perpetuating false and outdated stereotypes. Thank you for your attention.
Now we will move to the last one, conclusion. About conclusion of stereotype 1, challenging stereotypes is important to foster inclusion and recognize the diversity within communities. Thinking and speaking objectively helps us appreciate people's full potential without simplifying them. From this project, I learned that the Vietnamese community's success in the nail salon industry is just one part of their broader contributions. Recognizing diverse experiences beyond stereotypes is key. Stereotype 2, the stereotype that people are more intelligent than ethnic minorities, overlooks the diverse forms of intelligence across cultures. Challenging stereotypes is essential as they simplify and misrepresent complex communities, leading to discrimination. Speaking and thinking objectively helps us recognize individuals' true potential without generalizations. This project taught me that such bias are rooted in historical and systemic factors, which overlook the challenges faced by ethnic minorities. It is important to understand this factor to foster a more inclusive and fair perspective. About stereotype 3, the stereotype of Indian people living in poverty and filth is an oversimplification. India is a highly diverse country with both extreme poverty and remarkable economic progress. This stereotype overlooks advancement in technology, medicine, and space exploration. It is important to recognize the complexity of India's development. Challenging this stereotype helps break harmful and outdated perceptions. This project taught me that stereotypes arise from incomplete information. By questioning them, we can better understand and appreciate diversity, leading to a more nuanced view of the world. And the last, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.